Get to know Thom Washington. He's an amazing gospel artist, and he and I discuss his triumph over stage 4 colon cancer and his new single, Breathe. Thom Washington, welcome to the Shundria Show. How are you today?
I am amazing today. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. Let's dive on in and talk about you.
Okay, cool.
You were once diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, and now you are cancer-free in remission.
Hallelujah.
How did you remain encouraged through such a challenging time in your life?
That is a great question. I love the word encouraged because it's kind of a twofold thing. It's like your personal journey, like when you're in the hospital and it's nighttime and you're by yourself, everybody's gone, and you got to deal with your mind, right? And that is where my relationship with God was just sacrosanct, I'm a PK, pastor's kid, and all those Sunday schools, and then all the teaching that I do with my congregation, because I am also a pastor now in Long Beach, California. And all of that stuff that you learn comes back to you. You hear those scriptures and you actually got to walk it out, right? And so that kept me encouraged on the personal side. And then being encouraged by my tribe, my family and the people that surround me, friends and church members, being able to lift me up, during those times and surround me with love, surround me with faith and encouragement. So that is how I got through this thing. I can say that my family, my tribe, and the God that I serve.
Wow. I mean, to go through something like that, it sounds like an incredible test of faith that you passed.
Yeah, that is a test of faith. I'm telling you.
That you passed. But how has this experience changed your outlook on life? You have a newfound perspective.
When people, oh my God, I'm glad you asked that question,
you see
because
life in bright colors, don't you? Like bright.
Yes.
Oh, look at this beautiful flower. Oh, we got a parking space in the front today.
Yes, and even something as simple as I was hospitalized for a month, where I couldn't go out, and when I got out, just feeling the breeze on my face. It just made me cry, because I was like, these things that we take for granted, right? Hearing the trees rustle and just the little things in life. And so when people tell you that life is short because you think that you're doing things, you think you got time. And then during this journey, it was like, I'm not done yet, God, I'm not done yet. And so I'm so thankful for every day that I have on this earth. Every moment, I do not take it for granted anymore. So that has how it's changed my life significantly.
It's the present because it's a gift. Absolutely.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
So tell me about the inspirational musical release of your debut single, Breathe. Did you write the song while you had cancer, or was this after your remission?
That is an interesting question too, because it happened. The breathe part, when I found, basically one day I was fine and the next day everything collapsed. It was stage 4 cancer diagnosis. And the day that I collapsed in a store, that's how I found out about my, diagnosis, right? And the EMTs came because my body had just shut down. And the EMTs came and they said, breathe, Mr. Washington, breathe, because I was hyperventilating. And that stuck with me because it was like, stay with us. I didn't know what was happening at the time. And so I carried that through when I got the diagnosis. I carried that through when I was convalescing. And then when I was transitioning back into life, breathe. Just take a moment. Just don't let all the stress and stuff consume you. And so that's how Breathe was written. It was written just kind of like all the way through from when I first found out to the end. And then the words just kind of started pouring in. And I journalized too, this whole experience. So that's kind of like where it came from.
It's a feel-good, upbeat song.
Yeah.
I saw your music video. You shot right there in sunny SoCal.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the amazing people who contributed to this project. I saw Adam Omar Holly, who is a Billboard charting jazz musician and producer, and I'm sure there are others. Who helped bring this project to life.
Oh my goodness. I can say that this project came together divinely. No drama and no trauma. You know how things just work out,
Yeah.
right? You know, because a lot of times in the music business, you're chasing this person, you're trying to get in touch with this person, you're trying to work it out. But divinely, we all just like, I will mention Devin Brunel and Nico Brunel, just really great personal friends of mine who did worship with me here in California. They now live in Vegas. They knew what had happened to me. So they were with me through the whole thing, and they just kept saying like, you need to like put this to music, right? And as we begin to like formulate and I begin to write and bounce things off of her, Adam contacted me, you know, and we also did praise and worship together. And he was like, let me hear what you got going on. And so I let him listen to it. He said, I got to be a part of this project. And so he did the music. Devin did the background vocals. I did the writing of the songs and the vocals, and we did this all remotely because of COVID, right?
Right.
And so everything just fell together perfectly.
Well,
that's why I knew it was.
Who was the engineer that pulled everybody's parts together? Who did that?
The sound engineer, Eric Rikers from the Echo Bar Studios in North Hollywood, and I had done a project with him 8 years ago. And I just felt comfortable in that space, in that booth A, you know, where you sing and you create. And I was like, I had to be part of it. And it was so thankful that he was able, that COVID kind of guidelines lifted a bit. And I was able to go into the studio and he put these things together. Devin emailed her background vocals. Adam did his music and emailed it in. Isn't that crazy?
That's great.
And we just brought it together. So I'm thankful.
In the good way, in the best way.
Yeah, in the best way.
Now, you led the award-winning choir Cathedral Joy, who have won the Verizon House Suite the Sound title of Best Small Choir in Southern California. Whoop, whoop.
Mm-hmm. Woo!
What inspired your early interest in music? Was it just being a preacher's kid, singing in church?
My mom, and she's no longer here with us. She passed away in 2009 from Alzheimer's. But my mom, she was the one, she loved music. She wanted to learn piano. And when she got a piano into the house, I was 5 years old. I was playing it. People would say I would play better than she did. So we can only afford music lessons for one of us. And so she gave up her music lessons to give them to me. And I cherish that. And so that's how my early interest in music just came about. And so being a PK in church, when the music director got fired when I was 15 years old, my dad was like, you do it. And I was like, what? You know, these people are not going to listen to me. I'm 15 years old. But, you know, when God gifts you, people notice. And the adults that were in the room really were so supportive of me, like playing and teaching the choir. So, and doesn't everybody love a choir? That is where I started, you know, and that togetherness. And so if somebody asked me today to sing tenor in a choir, I'd be right there. That's where I learned all the parts. And I just love, it was about the message. And so we weren't trying to compete in things, but when people would hear us sing in different places, they were like, you got to do this. So we did McDonald's Gospel Fest, Verizon House Suite the Sound. So I just loved it. I immersed myself in gospel choir, especially. I love it.
Sounds like some amazing memories that you still hold and cherish. And I think that's phenomenal, especially on your journey in music with your single. What word of encouragement do you have for anyone out there watching who is experiencing adversity or hardship in life?
Fight.
And breathe.
Fight to survive and breathe. I'm telling you, you know, a lot of us, we really don't know the fight that we have in us and the courage and the bravery we have in us until we're challenged, right? And all my life, I had never really been challenged in that way. But when, you know, a doctor tells you your cancer has metastasized at stage 4, there's nothing we can do. Then something raises up inside of you. I know in me, it was like, no, I'm not done yet. You know, I want to survive. I got to be here for my wife. I got to be here for my daughter. I haven't finished my, you know, with church, my calling, you know, my assignments. I knew I wasn't done. And so I tell anybody that's facing adversity, you got to dig in and you got to fight. Don't give up. because I believe that 99% of my healing was just me standing in faith and just believing that I was going to get better. I could see my future at the end of the tunnel because I know that the God I serve is a healer. But even my doctors who were not believers were like, you know, people come in here and they know that they're going to die. Mm-hmm. But when people come in here with a great attitude and they want to fight, they live. And so that said a lot. And so I tell anybody that's facing adversity, fight, stand, believe.
Fight, stand, believe. I can't think of better words for anybody out there that's watching, that's going through. Well, Thom Washington, I want to thank you for being my special guest on the Chandria Show. Your story is so inspirational.
Thank you.
Your bravery and your transparency today. If anyone is interested in checking out your new single, Breathe, or following your journey, what's the best way to connect with you?
The best way is on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook. My name is Thom, so the spelling is a little different. Let's remember Thom McCann. A lot of people may be dating myself when I say that. It was a shoe store, Thom McCann, but it's Thom. But Thom Washington, Thom Washington, Instagram, Facebook, and actually thomwashington.com, my website to follow the journey. And also the label that I'm on is Sonic Sparrow, SONIC Sparrow, SPARROW music. And Sonic Sparrow also has a site, sonicsparrow.com, sonicsparrowmusic.com, so you can go there and check out the music as well. So, and thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm so appreciative and so thankful.